Hey everybody, it's Brickwaffle again, and we are back on the BlockFarmers server, and we have done some decorating since the last episode. So it's been a little while in between episodes for me. For you guys, hopefully it's only been about a week. But yeah, we've done some decorating. We've got paintings up everywhere. We have been into a jungle, got a couple of parrots. We moved our enchanting room over from the little savannah hole here, got a nice carpet. We've extended our map out actually to 4 tiles wide instead of just the 2 we had before. So if we come downstairs, let's give you a quick tour down here. We've got an aquarium built in now. So we've got one salmon in here, and I believe there's a cod in here as well somewhere. He must be hiding out. Where is he? Or maybe he's gone. That would be weird. There was a cod in here at one point. Oh no, there he is, down in the bottom. Hey there, buddy. We got a little bit of decoration here with some trapdoors and flower pots. We have some furniture out here, so we've got our nice little corner reading nook. We've got a big dining room table here, and a nice big couch kind of looks out over the water. So I think it's coming along pretty nicely. You can see we've also moved some crops over. So got a few things out here, a couple of little things out on the walls, but we've got our basic farm moved over, and we have our nether portal room. And I'm not super happy with that. I was trying to use the granite and nether brick together. I might go back and do something different. Maybe I'll go back and rebuild that old nether dragon skull. But yeah, that goes to another portal, and we've got a horse tamed over here. Now you might be wondering why we have a horse on an island, and that's because we have our nether portal moved up into the nether ceiling, so we have a tunnel we can use our horse in to get between our island and some of the other areas. Now I've also started a little bit of turtle breeding. You can see that's going pretty well. You might have noticed the 2 turtle helmets on the wall in there. And I cut our island into, we cut a channel in here, so cut that one sandbar off from the mainland just because I thought that'd be interesting. So that's pretty much what we've done in terms of the design here. Of course, I've gotten a lot more resources. We got some noisy sheep over there. Did a lot of caving, and actually there is one more thing that I've done. I have started a proper mine on this island. So if we come out the back of the house and we go over this way, I built a little mining cave over here with a couple of rail carts that go down into a proper branch mine. So this isn't too far, but let's just take a quick roll down there. That's very loud. Alright. And you can see this just goes on for a ways, and I've just kind of dug, I think, 10 or 12 blocks in each direction, just kind of going through and clearing that out for a while so we could get enough materials to make the full set of diamond armor that we're wearing. So a lot of this was just, you can see we were working another the nether hub last. A lot of this is just the individual pieces. Some of it's great, some of it's not great, but it'll work for now. We do finally have all diamond armor and tools. That's fantastic. Let's pop back up here, and we'll keep going. So today what we want to do is start working on a couple of our farms to do a little bit more automation, which is, if you guys have watched me in the past, that's one of the things I really like to do, is kind of make these automated farms and different things like that. So obviously we're going to need to get some sugarcane, things like that going. That's pretty easy to automate. We're also probably going to build a slime farm, but not in today's episode, but just there's an island that's nearby. I believe it's that one over there. Yep, with that one little torch in the distance you might be able to see. That corner right here closest to us, there's 2 slime chunks right on that edge. So we'll have to figure out the best way to do that. If we can get down to 40 and that's actually below the water level, then we'll probably just put a tunnel in that goes down and do the whole thing under the water. We might have to put in some blocks, I think on that side in particular where the kelp is, it's going to be too low. But getting a slime farm that close to base would be pretty helpful. We want to do a hostile mob farm because while we did get elytra from the dragon, we don't have an easy way to make rockets yet, so I'm not even wearing the elytra currently. I'm wearing fire protection armor. And then we can do things like pumpkin and melon farms and all that other stuff too. Probably some automated farms over here, maybe even a chicken cooker. So a lot of that stuff is pretty common designs at this point, nothing really unusual about it. In order to make the sugarcane farm though, we are going to need some slime blocks to be able to automatically break this stuff pretty easily and harvest it. Now there are other designs that fire based on the individual pistons rather than using slime blocks to break things, so that is an option. Especially with things like the new redstone leaf contraptions, we can make the kind of cascading effect, so an observer and a bunch of regular pistons might work just fine. So I'm going to gather a couple materials out of the basic room. Oh, you know what? I don't think we had the storage room in the last episode either, so let's pop down here real quick. Moved over the storage room. So we've got all of our shulker boxes up here, we've got all of our things organized down in the basement, and we got a couple crafting tables at the end, and we have stuff like this for our remaining 32 diamonds, 23 emeralds, our book for customizing armor stands, and we do have enough stuff here to make a couple of conduits, actually, 3 conduits, but what we really need to do is get some prismarine for that. And I'm still kind of waiting on a trident. I'm trying to get one of those going out at night, looking at some of the drowned mobs, trying to see if I can get one with a trident to drop, because I think that's going to make taking out the ocean monuments a lot easier. So like I said, let me grab a few things, get some supplies ready, and we are going to start on our first farm. Alright, so we're back, and I started dismantling the original pumpkin and melon farm. What we're going to use is some observers and pistons, hoppers, chests, that sort of stuff. We're going to need a little bit more space than we have here, and we're going to need to fill some of this in with dirt as we go. But I think I'm going to use a design that Mumbo Jumbo showed off something similar to. Might tweak it a little bit, but I think it's going to need to be 7 blocks wide. So we've got 3, 4 here. We're going to need to go a couple more. We can use the outside edge if we're okay with having some exposed redstone here, which I think we're going to be fine with. But let's see if we can expand this border out a little bit. So we do have an efficiency 4 shovel, which makes short work of any of this grass here. There we go. So that would be 7, and if we really wanted to go to 9 to have a border to contain all this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, we could do that. I think that's going to be fine. And then we can use some of this dirt. Let's put that back. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. We'll put that in there. And we're going to bring that over all the way to here. And then we're going to have our border go around that as well. So it looks like it's actually getting to be nighttime. I think we're just going to keep working through the evening. I think we're going to be all right here. If we do see any mobs, then we'll make some adjustments as needed. So that's going to be a little bit wider than we had before. And you may notice that we have some new advancements. We did modify one of our data packs to use one that actually has some additional advancements in it as well. So that's something new you guys will see there. Let's bring that over, and I think what we need to do is just all of this. We might have to go grab a little bit more dirt as well. Again, with the efficiency 4 shovel, that's not going to be a problem, but our water source is going to run right through the middle of that, and this may end up actually being shorter, because I think it only has to be 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 7 long. I think we'll figure that out in a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it'd be all right. Let's grab a little bit more dirt. We're just going to grab some off of here. Because again, efficiency 4 shovel. Not a problem. Okay. And this area should be well lit enough that I'm not too worried about things spawning over here. If we start getting shot, things like that, maybe we'll go ahead and sleep. So I want to figure out where we want the collection area. I think we want the collection area on this side. So let's do that. What we're going to need to do is put in some pistons and observers. And we're going to need a bucket of water as well. So the bucket of water is going to go there. And then our pistons are going to go every other one. And we're going to go do the same thing on this side, every other one. And we're going to have some, oh, we need to make that even bigger, don't we? So this is going to need to have redstone on it, and then this would as well. I think, oh, that's why. Okay, nope, I just miscounted. I was looking at the wrong thing there. So let's see, pistons. That needs to come over here. That's right, because we already have that area tilled. So that's good, and then we can have our redstone on this. So we'll probably end up replacing this dirt, now that I've done that, with something else a little bit better. Maybe some more polished diorite or something like that to put the redstone on. Yeah, let's go ahead and use that. Actually, we've got polished andesite. Let's use that instead. It's a little bit different, just to mix things up a bit. So we'll do this, and then we'll come over here and do the same thing on this side. Like that. Yeah, that should be fine. And then what we're going to need to do is put some observers in between these. And actually, I don't think we need this last one. Nope. Let's break that again. Where's my pick? There it is. We just need observers in between these. Like that. There we go. And then what we can do is put some blocks behind the observers to help move our signal along. So like that. And then we'll have our vines in front of each of the observers here. So let's bring those out, get our seeds down here. We don't really need to till everything, but it's just easier to do it that way. And definitely don't need that one tilled. Oh, no, I do need that one. That one. So we want, let's see, melons on one side, and we want pumpkins on the other. There we go. So that's going to help. Then when those observers go, they're going to see when a melon or pumpkin pops on either side of that. It's going to give an update, and that's going to use the piston to pop that off of there. Then we just need to get some redstone dust in here to connect up these pistons. There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that will work. And then really what we need down here is a collection area. So we can do our hopper into a chest right down here. So all of these things are going to break off and flow down this way. Let's go ahead and extend that out just a bit, like that, and drop our chest in here, like that, and grab our hopper in like that. There we go. And now we should be able to pull anything we want into that. So if we, just to show you what that would look like, let's just throw a few seeds in here at this end, pumpkin seeds down there. Oop. And that's something we are going to have to watch out for. This won't be perfectly lossless, but everything that does fall in there will go into this chest at the end, just like that. That should be it. What we can do is we can get some bone meal to test it. I think let's go ahead and replace these two. Oop, something fired. Oh, because I updated that. No, I don't know what that was. Let's go ahead and put some more andesite, I guess, in this case down here. I think that'll work. And then we could put some glass here if we needed to, or a slab or something like that. I think, let's go ahead and do a couple of, let's do some stairs down to this maybe. I'll go back and get some stair material. And we'll do that and move these guys out as well. So we'll make this part look a little bit more planned out, like it wasn't just added to an existing farm. Yep, so we'll have some stairs to go down there. We'll put nothing right here because we don't want anything to go there. Maybe what we could do is a fence, because I think that will still work. Yeah, we'll try that out too. Anyway, I'm gonna let that grow for a minute, get a couple more materials, and I'll be back with you guys again in just a minute. Alright, so I've moved the fence back a little bit, made these pens a little bit smaller, got some stairs down here into our chest, and you can see that this is working pretty well. So if we bone meal that, that one shot way off, and that was pretty lossy. Let's see if we can get one that's a little less lossy there. If we can, oh, we're not going to be able to bone meal these stems. What about this one? There we go. So you can see as these grow, it's going to trigger, and I don't think you can grow new melons with bone meal anymore like you used to be able to. So we just kind of have to wait. But you did see that first one that popped off. Sometimes they do shoot too far, but you can see we're getting at least some of that stuff in here. Now let's throw that in there. And I'm okay with a little bit of loss. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is really only going to be for trading with villagers anyway. So if we stand here while I talk, maybe we'll see another one pop out. But we do have all the stems grown now. Oops, didn't mean to grow grass there. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. We are going to end up getting some seeds if I do that. So let's see if we can drop down here. And basically anytime one of these blocks changes state, whether it's the stem or, you know, if that turns to dirt or something like that, that will also give us an update as well. So anytime that grows, we're going to see that change. So for now, we're going to leave that alone. Let's break that melon here and throw that in the chest as well. We're just going to collect all this in one spot. And we'll come back and check on this periodically. So the next thing we want to do is something similar with the sugarcane farm, but this is going to be a little bit trickier because I think we're going to need more pistons than we have left. What do we have left in here? 8 more pistons? We might be able to do something with that. So basically just a piston and observer. You know, we put an observer at the top block with a piston right under it, so every time it grows to the 3rd height, it'll break the 2 underneath it. That might work, or vice versa. Anytime the next one gets a growth tick, it breaks the one above it. I think that would work, actually. Let's just do a quick test here. Let's see, if we do an observer this way, and a piston right above it, and then we would need some way to transmit that signal up, which is going to be a block and some redstone. So if we do that, then anytime this grows, it should trigger an update for us. So let's see, if we break this guy and we pop one down here, yeah. Okay, so every time I try to grow it, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's because the bottom one has to do a growth tick. Can we bone meal that? Does that work on sugarcane? I don't remember. No, it doesn't. So let's see. Yeah, that does work. That works. So it would have to be whenever that does a growth tick. So does that grow when it gets to the second one and pop off? If it does, we can more or less just expand this the same way we did this farm and push everything into a collection system over here. We'll probably just put in a wall. But I kind of want to see if that works real quick on its own. So let's just hang out in the area for a little bit, see if that functions. If it does, I'll go ahead and spam the rest of that down there. So let me give a quick test while I'm waiting for that to function, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we have a sugarcane farm that's working as well. It's not quite lossless. As you see, I just picked up a piece there, and this glass is going to help keep it from flying off way too far. It generally won't do that with the regular pistons. I'd say we're going to get a good chunk of them. Unfortunately, they're going to land right here. But again, this is automated, so even if we only get a little bit over time, you know, we've got some extra here from... Actually, let's do that. Let's see if we can simulate this here. What should happen is anytime one of these grows up to the 3rd level, it's going to detect it and break it. Some of that is going to fall down here. Some of it's going to fall over on that thing. But if it's further down, let's see if we do that one up there. It's going to break all of those, and they're all going to come shooting down this way. So that's fine. We can, like I said, we can always have this work. Let's see if I can get one in here without getting close enough to pick it up. There we go. That's going to break. At least some of it's going to go into there. Some of it is going to fall on that. It's not a huge deal. We're not looking for a lossless farm. We might do that in the future. For now, we just want something that we can do unattended, where we don't really have to be here to harvest the sugarcane. So again, not a perfect design, but without slime blocks, it'll do for now. When we do have slime blocks, we'll replace this with one that does a row of those slime blocks across, and that's going to make it a lot more lossless because they'll shoot out more reliably that way and fall into the water. But again, these are not supposed to be perfect. I know there's better ways to do it. We're just a little bit resource constrained right now. Do I have any more fence posts? I do. Perfect. We'll do one of these here as well, just to keep anything from shooting over that onto the chest instead. So things will still fall. We shoot that. Oops. I think that went right in there. Yeah. But if we shoot this into the water stream instead, so let's see if we can get that in there, it's going to hit the fence and go in just fine. So not too worried about that. Time to go ahead and sleep again. This thing has been working. You know, we're up to 52 slices and 12 pumpkins. So yep, both of these things are functioning, and that's really what we wanted. Early game, we just want things that function. Later on, we'll get something that is a lot more efficient. Okay, so let's go ahead and give that a sleep. While we're doing that, the next kind of things that we need to do, cactus farm. Obviously, I used up most of my dye doing that green glass there, so we need to get our cactus farm going, and that's also pretty easy to do. We can do that with some sand, some cactus, maybe some water and hoppers, and some more fences. Do we have more fences in here? We do not. We do have sticks. That's going to help. This one. There we are. So we'll get some fences made. Let's do that. Oops, let's do that. There we go. 10 fences. That should be a small cactus farm. That's fine. Do we have more hoppers? We probably don't. So we'll make a few hoppers. Let's grab a stack of iron out of there. And let's just say we're going to need... So if we just do a regular 2x2 cactus farm, because we don't need a whole lot, we probably only need actually the one hopper in the middle, and we can do water streams for everything else. So we'll need that. We'll need to make sure we get our bucket of water. Fences, we'll need some sand and some cactus. So we've got plenty of sand over here as well. No problem. And cactus, I believe we have in our farming chest. Yep. Yeah, that should work just fine. So let's make sure we get our bucket of water. And where do we want to put our cactus farm? Now, eventually I would like to replace this with a villager farm. That's going to be a little bit later on as well. We're going to need a few more resources. There we are. And while we're at it, this turtle farm, so to speak, basically we've just bred up all the turtles, and most of them try to go to the water when they're grown up. You can see most of these guys are hanging out on the edge. So what we've done is we've just put in a row of hoppers around the outside. We've already got 4 more scoots. So as they grow up, like when this guy grows up, his scoot's going to pop off into that hopper and come right over here. So it's pretty much unattended. You don't have to do much with it. Works out pretty well. Cactus farm, cactus farm. Let's do that right over here. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have 4 cactus. So let's do something like this. We're going to just need a plus shape of cactus, which means a plus shape of sand. So we're going to need to do that. Oops, well, we don't need that one. That guy and that guy. And that's going to be where our cactus grows. So as it grows, we're going to want it to pop off into a water stream. And that's going to need to go kind of around all of the outside edges here. And actually, we're going to make that dirt too, just to make that a little bit easier. Where's our dirt? There it is. And let's go ahead and break these guys as well to make that dirt, just so we can have a nice defined edge for our farm. There we go. So cactus will be on here. We're going to need our water to go from the corners in. We're going to need a little bit more to go for the other corner. Can we do this without having these join up? So if I do another one here, that's all going to join. What if I do it here? I can make it flow to the middle. No, that's going to flow to the edges. So let's do it here, and that is going to... Yeah, that's going to work just fine. Everything's going to go to this side. Okay, so I think instead what we're going to do is take that guy out, let all that drain back away, and put it here, and everything's going to go to this edge. Perfect. Yeah, so then what we can do is we can just come in here, and we can have our chest right there and a hopper right there. Yep. So let's get our chest and our hopper. Chest is going to go right there and there. Hopper's going to go right there. That's all happy. Then we want to have, we could have glass, or let's see, we got more fence posts. I don't think those are going to interfere with opening the chest, right? No, perfect. So everything that falls off of there, again, is just going to go into that chest. We can pick that up. So then what we need to do is put out some blocks, usually slabs or fence posts, that will make anything that grows at this next height automatically pop off. So we're going to need one there, and we can take that and that out. And then we're going to need those in between the other cactus as well. So really, it's only those two that we need, because then if something grows on either of those two, that block will pop it. Same thing over here. We don't need anything else in the middle. And the less we have, the less likely it is that anything's going to land back on the cactus itself. So if we do this and that and that and that, we can't place one on here to test it. But basically, anytime one of these tries to grow up to the second level, it will grow up and then pop off because there's a block next to it. So that should be everything we have to do, unless they've changed the mechanics for cactus farms in 1.13 and I didn't know about it. That's really it. That's the whole thing done. Now let's take that back a little bit so we can come up here and just grab this chest whenever we want, like that, and take that guy back one. Yep. So that should be everything. Let's go ahead and throw our cactus in there. We'll come back and see if we have more than 5 later. So just like that, we can automate with just a bit of redstone, stone, cobble, that kind of stuff. None of this is too expensive yet. There are absolutely more efficient ways to do this. But, you know, you could do one observer and only check one of these blocks. Oop, hello. Why did you break? Oh, because there's not water there anymore. Ha! Yeah, let's take that guy back out. That's going to keep the sugarcane from growing on that one and make it less efficient. But yeah, you could do one observer and just test anytime this one grows to the 3rd block, knock all of them off. But since I had some extra observers for now, I'm not too worried about it. That's going to mean anytime any of them grows, it's going to break all of them. So to make it a little bit faster for us. So again, we've done a little bit more of this decorating. I think between last episode, we didn't have the bushes, and I think we had talked about changing this up to the end rods. Let me see, I can't really see it from there. But we hadn't done it yet. So now that fence up top is end rods all the way around. So it's nice and lit up at night, and looks pretty good, actually, I think. I think, though, that is going to be all we have to do for farming right now. The next big project, like I said, is going to be clearing out some slime chunks, getting a few more automated farms going, maybe a hostile mob farm. I need to do some research in 1.13. Apparently, there's some issues with water lagging. So if any of you guys watch Tango Tech, you've probably seen that he did a hostile mob farm, and water blocks lagged like 6 times or 15 times more than they did in the previous version of Minecraft. So the traditional hostile mob farm design that uses water to push mobs out is pretty bad on the server. I don't think I want to build that one yet. I think we're going to call this an episode right now. Hopefully you guys liked this episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe. And as always, I've been Brickwaffle. Thank you for watching.